Here we go. I'll say that again. So we are going to do some nostril breathing this morning. So if you would like or feel like you need it, I always need it when I do nostril breathing. So here we go. Good morning. So I always will take and blow my nose first. Now you notice my setup. You don't have to have it like mine, but you can, if your chair feels hard, then you're going to want to put something soft underneath. You don't have to have it that high. This also helps just align the spine. Sometimes we just need it a little higher than what we had, okay? And so that's, I've got to scoot. See, sometimes they go away. So, if you've got a tissue, make sure you're in a seat that's upright. Blow your nose. And then, okay, it's called Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. The nadis are tubes that run through the body, okay? You have lymph nadi, you have blood nadi, you have your air nadi, right? And they crisscross through the body, okay? We are just trying to access different sides of the brain here. It's a fabulous exercise. It's one of my very most favorites. And so take your right hand, okay? And I think it's going to be like this on the forefinger and the middle finger pull down. So you've got the fourth finger's going to go on the left. The thumb will go on the right. They're not both closed at the same time. Okay, if you find your shoulder and your arm getting tired, then bring this other arm underneath and let them set. Okay, so you'll close off with the left side of your face. You'll push in and close off that nostril, and then you're going to open with the thumb, and you're going to inhale through the thumb. Close it off, lift and exhale through the left. And then inhale through the left. Close it off and exhale right. So you can practice that a few more times, inhaling through the right. Close it off, exhale left. Close it off, inhale left. Close it off, exhale right. So I'm going to talk for just a minute kind of about what we do, right? So with this inhale and this exhale, we want to just have it be smooth. Again, when you're practicing breathing, there is no tension. And we just do rounds of this. So if you feel like a cold coming on, you're a little congested, you might feel a little stuffy, all of those things, this is one of the very best things that you can do. So it will clear up if you feel foggy in your brain, if you're feeling a little sleepy. If you ever drive your car past my car on the freeway and you see me doing this while I'm driving, you know that I'm feeling a little sleepy, right? And I'm trying now. It doesn't have to be done just like this. It can be done with a forefinger and then a forefinger. But this is just the facilitation of ease, okay? So as you breathe, we're gonna do 10 rounds. Maybe you've been practicing, great. A round is, let's just go through it again. Inhale through the right. Close it off. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close it off, exhale right. So that's one complete round. We're going to do 10 rounds of those. You might find that just one nostril is a little more clogged. There is some research that was done years ago, a century ago, where they really noticed, and it was the funnest experiment I did. I put a timer on my phone like every half hour through the day and figured out which side I was breathing through. This is what helps our brain work with both quadrants, right? Both hemispheres of that brain. And it's an amazing opportunity. So I'm bringing that to you today. So go ahead, 10 rounds of Nadi Shodhana. Inhale. Through the right, close it off, exhale. Through the left. Inhale through the left. Close it off, exhale right. Inhale right. Close it off, exhale left. Inhale left. Close it off, exhale right. Inhale right. Close it off, exhale left. Inhale left. Close it off, exhale right. 6 more rounds on your own. I'm down to the last one. And when you're ready, you may need to use the tissue again. You might find that you don't need one. Totally perfect. Or needing one. Totally fine. Now just sit for a moment and breathe normal and notice, wow. So it is something I do most mornings. Some kind of a breathing exercise to clear up congestion that forms every night as we sleep. All right, so there's an add-on to that breath that we won't worry about right now. Probably we'll work on next week. And it's where you actually take and you push, and I'll have to come closer for this one. I'll do it next week. We're not going to take the time to do that this week. So, well done. Hope you can notice a difference. That's all, is we're kind of paying attention, learning to pay attention more to what do I do and what's my body feeling and does my body like it? Is it better for having done it? Okay, so that's kind of where we go with this. All right, and that's yoga. And maybe all the time you have this morning is to sit and do a little bit of breathing before you're off on your schedule. When we take the time to just pay attention to how we're feeling, to what we're doing, it opens up our mind, it opens up and connects our mind with our body and with our spirit, where it says, and it's like, hey, that isn't a good thing for you to do, and we need to know that. Or, this is the emotion I'm feeling, it's okay to feel this emotion. It's not okay if I'm angry to go punch someone else. It's okay to say, hey, I'm angry. I have a right to be angry. I was abused. I was hurt. And then you're able to decide, well, how do I want to react with that anger? And it's actually a choice. And so this breathing and these exercises, that's what they're designed to do, to give me a choice of maybe a better way to handle certain circumstances, disappointments, hurts, offenses, okay? So that's kind of where we're going with that. We are going to start this morning with a strap. I had them out last week and we didn't even use them very much. Okay, we're going to work today pretty much through the entire body. So, and then hopefully I want to let you have a little bit more of the sun salutation. I had a comment last week that I wanted more of that, and we spend a lot of time working through different parts of the body, okay? So, strap. Arms are coming straight out from the shoulder. You can hold on to it, but don't grip it. Can you see the difference? It's just, I always just kind of squeeze it, but you can hold if that's easier for you. Then you're just going to, it's not up above the shoulder, it's at shoulder height or a little lower. You're just going to pull it wide and pull it, let it release. Notice I'm not going to yeah. That is a jerk that isn't very beneficial for the body, okay? So, pull it wide, pull it back. Now, if you can, when you're here, if you're up here, you feel it more just in the arms. When you bring it down here, a little bit below the shoulder, as you pull back, you're gonna feel your shoulder blades squeeze together. Yeah, that's what we want. So we're gonna do 10. Inhale and exhale. If any time your arms, inhale and exhale, start to go, oh, I gotta get out of this. And guess what? You just come down, take a break, and come back up, okay? Always. Here's number 3. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. I've got my eyes closed. With my eyes closed, I really can focus on what am I feeling in my body. Here's 6. Here's 7. I feel my arms. Here's 8. Inhaling. Exhaling. Last one. Hold it out. Little pumps. Oh, yeah. They're just going up and down, up and down. Feel that shoulder blade and then release. Roll through those shoulders. Find that range of motion. So today, we will warm up, but we'll actually do a little bit of work and then do the motion. Okay? It's a little different way of working. Sometimes it can be really beneficial. So I want you to kind of punch forward and pull back. So you're just kind of creating a little bit of that twist using those arms. They have got the heat so high in here, I am sweating already. I'm like, holy moly. And they put a box around it, so I can't change it. They know me too well. And then go ahead and lift one shoulder and then the other. You're gonna go seesaw with those shoulders. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah, and then we're gonna start with the other side. Up and down. Notice that one, because we are paying attention to this one, that one gets a little bit more work. Okay, then go ahead and forward. You're just totally rounding. Tuck your chin and then back. Grab your chair. Shoulders will want to do this. See if you can bend the elbows and pull the shoulders up and around so that the chest is elevated. Yes, and then just lift your chin slightly. It's not here. It's just a look up and then come back and around. So this is cat-cow, but we're doing it just a little different way. Tuck and then come here. Check those shoulders, get them to pull. If you'll bend your elbows, you can get those shoulders to come up and down. With a little bent elbow, open, lift through the heart, and come back. Round, tuck the chin, come back, pull the shoulders, open through the heart. One more, round, as tight as you can. Pull the shoulders up and around. Open through the heart. So just lengthening through that spine. And then come back. Beautifully done. Okay. That's kind of all we're going to do with our strap today, but I wanted to get into our backs quickly. Go ahead and grab your ball. Now, I am on a wood floor. Yeah, I might lose it. It's okay. Put it underneath the foot. We always do this. Okay? This is something every day, guys. Every day. So rolling under this one, we're squirreling all over. Not much pressure. This is kind of. Oh, that's okay.
Sorry, are you going to be done by 8?
By
9.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So she's like, you're in here talking. I thought somebody was in here. Okay, so we're swirling around. We're just awakening the bottoms of our feet. You might have some neuropathy. This will even benefit that, even if you can't feel it. So that's a little bit different than what we've done some of the time. Okay, get underneath your heel. One of the things this does is actually gives you some foot coordination. Okay, I remember clear back. It was after I graduated from college, and I went back and did a month-long dance workshop. And the teacher taught us, he said, he was from New York, and you know how our hands have this, he said, your feet should have the same dexterity as your feet. And so they don't, do they? And so you've got to work on them, and this is one of the things that will do that. We're giving, notice that you can feel your leg working because of the movement you're making. And if it starts to burn, pause, just hold that, let that burn go away, and then go ahead and change legs. So, some of you may say, well, that's no big deal. This is huge. As we age, okay, as we don't use our feet, okay, they stop moving as easily. So we are just creating opportunity for increased blood flow. And you might think, well, Debbie, I don't feel anything. There's just, or you feel just this light kind of a tickle, or you feel really uncoordinated because you can't move it that fast without losing the ball, right? It's totally fine, okay? Notice we're staying long enough on this to start to feel a little bit of a burn. You might feel it up into the side of the hip. This is fabulous, okay? Work with it until you feel that burn. For some of you that are really buff, that might not happen. You might still be here at the end of the hour. All right, and then release. Hold the ball between your feet. Let that burn go away. Breathing deeply. Come back to the first side, and now we're going to push. You can totally lean your forearms on your thighs, but you're pushing some weight into the ball of the foot, trying to find where you're tight, where you feel sensation, and you just kind of keep your push there. Yeah, nicely done. Okay. If you find a place that's very sensational, you're just going to stay. You can roll back and forth, but this time instead of just swirling around, right? You are finding sensation. You can move a little bit, but you're really putting more pressure on that. I always find that my pressure is on the arch where I feel the most. And we have an arch on the outside of that foot. That outside arch loves to collapse. I've had a broken 5th metatarsal, which is that pinky toe. Okay, and when I do this underneath there, always I feel that sensation. It's like, oh yeah, okay? So if you've had some of those, now take it so that your feet, your ball of your foot and your toes, this is the place we lose most of our dexterity, is in our toes, because that's where we have the dexterity, right? So I want you to roll down, try to bring the ball of your foot to the floor with your toes up. So the ball is underneath, my big toes on one side, my pinky toes on the other side, and these 3 toes are on the ball. And then you're gonna come up, trying to grip the ball like with your fingers, and you're gonna roll over. You'll feel a stretch along the front of the foot, and come back. Go back for the YouTube recording, okay? So come down again, that's a stretch, and And then it stretches underneath. One of the best things to do for hammer toes, you're stretching those underneath muscles of the toes. And then come up, roll it over. You might feel underneath cramp. If it does, pause, come back in, okay? You're finding the stretch across the top and come back. We're gonna do one more on this foot. Stretch those toes. This also spreads the toes wide. We want that width in those toes. And come back up and over. Finding that stretch. Yeah, and then release. Second side. So first, we're going to find the places on that foot that are sensational. Making sure. Now, this one doesn't have as much sensation as the other one did to me. But if you find a place, you're going to stay there and use just the smallest amount of movement. Trying to make sure you get that outside arch. Those outside of our feet often take more weight carrying us than the inside. Okay, here we go. Move the ball a little forward to protect your knee. Come down so that there's a big toe and a pinky toe, and those are coming up. Now that might just take you a ton of effort. Okay, go ahead and push, and then you're gonna come up, roll it forward, feel the stretch across the top of the arch of that foot, and then come back down. Breathe, you can lean if you'd like to, and then come back up, and find that stretch. And then come back. Wow, through those toes, come up, find that stretch, go back, last one, come up, find over. That stretch, how often do you do that? We don't, and we lose the mobility to do. Go ahead and lose the ball. I'm gonna put it over here so that it doesn't wiggle. And I'd like you to pick up and just do some ankle circles. Okay, do both legs. And then pause, close your eyes, and notice your feet. Mine are just tingling like none other. That is increased blood flow. Fabulous work, okay? All right, grab a block. Let's get up into the legs. Ball of the foot on the block, heel pushing towards the floor. You are welcome to lean, stretching through the calf muscle. We lose mobility in the calf unless we do these exercises. Now, you are welcome, if you just have stairs in your house, okay, or maybe even just the step up in your out front, right? Coming into your house, just to hold on to the wall and just let that heel drop below the ball of the foot, okay? That's all this is. But we're gonna come up and back down. Come up and back down. So you can totally do this from a stand, on a stair. We're just working on a chair today, which we do most days. And up and back down and up. And then I want you to kind of roll through the ankle. Roll the other direction through the ankle. Beautifully done. Now, this is the most awkward one for you, I think, with your feet. Bring this other foot, it's going to come behind the block. This heel is going to reach, okay? So you might have to come a little closer, okay? I'm going to turn to the side so that you guys can see this. I can chase that down later, okay? So from here, this foot is holding. This is reaching, okay? And then you're going to pull that heel towards, okay, you're engaging underneath that lifted leg, the leg on the front. So find that, push. Now, you're thinking to yourself, well, I can think of something easier than my foot. You're absolutely right, okay? You can totally put that block against something and push in, okay? You're trying to spread through your toes. Let me use this foot. Okay, you're trying to push, you're engaging the back of the leg, okay? Release, pull it in, release, pull it in, release, pull it in. So you notice we're doing it safely. The knee as at that right angle, okay? I'm sitting up, but I don't have to, I can be forward to find that contraction of the hamstring, the back of the thigh. That is one of the things we lose first as we age, is our ability to fold over, our ability to use that hamstring. It doesn't, unless we're doing big major forward folds or running, it doesn't work. It doesn't get the motion, the front of the thighs, the inner thighs, up around here, the glutes, but that hamstring just, and it's a skinny muscle. And so it can pull. If we go to do something, we pull it. And that takes years sometimes to heal. Okay, find the second side. Grab, push. If you're pushing into the chair, perfect. Okay, but you can use your toes. This is a little easier, I must admit. Okay, push that heel in. You're gonna feel, you're gonna release and come back and keep doing it over and over, feeling that hamstring muscle, okay? This class is designed, it's called Yoga for Everybody. It's designed for people who can't. If I am reclining and I'm injured and I can't do anything, like I've had a surgery on my knee, then this other leg on the bed can do this motion and still work the muscles. Because as we stop moving is when we atrophy. Atrophy meaning we lose strength. We use anybody that's had an injury for any length of time and then gets up after it heals, you feel so weak. Okay, that's what we're trying to avoid. And we're trying to just keep that strength and then release. Now, both of those made my hamstrings burn, okay? So wiggle through those legs. That usually doesn't hurt knees or hips because it's just the back of the leg, okay? We're gonna do one more. Go ahead and let's bring it just half to its medium height and bring your foot up on top of it, okay? You're gonna come to the edge. You're going to let your legs go wide and you're gonna come in. We haven't normally let this leg go. Bring them back. Take them out, bring them back. Today, it's more about accessing all of the muscle. Let's get into the groin area, okay? This movement is one of the ones we lose first. This movement is one of the ones that's sometimes the hardest on the hip to do, okay? Oh, that sun, I don't know if you can see it. It is bright. It's like, whoa! It's like, good morning, sunshine. Coming out now. We are going to work just a little bit. So bring it down, bring it up and over, bring it up and over. Use your breath. Inhale. Exhale. You don't have to move with the breath. You just have to breathe. Inhale and exhale. Please don't be doing this like this. That's a swing. This will use more muscle. Up and down. Oh, that sun is gorgeous today. Up and down. You will start to feel the quad and up into your hip burn, okay? Let it burn and then pause, wiggle it out. Beautifully done. Second side. Start with your foot. Okay, this one, you're not taking it real wide, but you're just letting the knees fall open as you lean forward. Don't fall off your chair. I'm on the edge. I can feel that little slide. Open. Open and close. Open and close. Wow, you can even see my shadow over here. And open and close. Open and close. Yeah, just that range of motion. Okay? And then here we go to work the quad up and over and up and over. So years ago when we first started this class, I remember kind of going, oh my gosh, how do we work the legs? We can move them and get them feeling good, but how do we help develop muscle if we really have to stay in the chair most of the time? Because you're totally contracting the hip flexor. Whoops. Tell me to get my leg up and over right now. up and over, okay? And so I tried to think, and we've added all of this stuff in that builds this muscle. And then pause. If it's burning, shake it out. Can you believe how fast the burn goes away? That's the beauty of these bodies, but you know what that burn is? That burn is us working muscle and developing muscle fiber. There it goes behind a cloud, okay? So make sure that you can do that with your body. So we are going to do sun salutations, okay? We're gonna warm up on the chair, and then we will stand and do. I wanna make sure you get like 15 minutes of standing. Now, that might just kind of freak you out. Oh, yeah, but I need to be in the chair. If you need to be in the chair, stay in the chair. I will give you options for the chair, okay? So inhale, the arms come up. Maybe you can't get all the way up. Maybe you're here. Maybe you're here. You come to where you can. Maybe it's here, okay? Just try not to do this. Oh, I can't lift this arm, and kind of come out and ski-wumpus and make your spine, try to hold the spine straight. It's developing those core muscles, okay? Up we come, wherever you can be. You're gonna come down through a bend, palms face up, shoulders will move back, okay? We're working our shoulders. Inhale, come up. Maybe you come all the way up, and then the exhale brings it down. Notice I'm coming palms down, and then as I get past, the elbows come in, open through that, let the hands drop down, and then come back, okay? Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, learning, exhale down to move with our breath. Inhale up, exhale down. Couple more, inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Beautifully done. Go ahead and roll through those shoulders. Forward, up, back, down, back, up, forward, down. So both directions, using the elbows, okay? Finding range of motion, okay? Beautifully done. All right, now we're gonna add the spine. So I will, I'll do them, and then we've done these before. So if you've been on fourth, this is your brand new first time. I'll do it from the side so you can see. The inhale is up. The exhale is actually going to hinge at the hips and fold. So when I fold, the hinge at the hips looks like this. I'm hinging. Notice I'm not rounding my back, okay? And it doesn't have to be clear down here. You notice I'm not going there. I'm just hinging, okay? Just hinging. The exhale brings the hands. So the inhale is here, the exhale is here. The next inhale brings the hands here. I'm gonna round the back. I'm gonna tuck my chin and pull back. Like there is a belt or some kind of a eye screw right there. And they're pulling me that way, round it back. And then I'm gonna notice that you come more onto your buttocks muscle, and then you're gonna come and you're gonna push down with those sit bones and stack one vertebrae on top of another as you come back up on an inhale. Here it goes. Inhale, exhale, hands on the thigh, inhale, exhale, and then inhale. Unwind and exhale, okay? Here we go. It's hard to do those on these chairs. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale is the pull back. Pull, and then inhale, unwind, stacking it one vertebrae on the other. Okay, and then exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, the hands come down. Exhale, I push back. Inhale, I unwind, and exhale, I pause. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 5 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale. 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 Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hold and breathe. Notice what your body is starting to feel like. Now that will work the spine and the back, okay? If that bothers your back, would you reach out to me and say, hey, I really bugged my back when we did that, what can I do? Because there's some things you can do. All right, beautifully done. Okay, so we're gonna stand. If you can't stand, okay, then you're doing what we're doing from here. But most of us have to get up and down. So you might wanna try there's no other way to access this part of the body than to stand up. So maybe when you need to get up to go to the restroom, okay, you get up on the side of the counter, you do one or two of these, okay? You're gonna notice that I'm gonna take my chair and I'm gonna bring it over onto the mat, okay? On a hard floor, the chair would slide. I don't want you to have it slide. So I'm actually gonna turn this sideways so that you can see that. There we go, okay? So, if you're on carpet, great, you're just gonna pick up your chair and put it on the mat, all right? There we go, okay? Perfecto. Hands here, you're gonna come, this will be the stand straight, right? If you want, you have the option of inhale the arms. They can go forward, they can come up the sides. That's the inhale. The exhale brings the hands down and steps you back to where you can bend those knees and get your rear end to reach. You're trying to get the back to go flat or straight. I went off the screen. Okay. There we go. So you want to find that length in the spine. Then you're going to walk back in. Inhale. Exhale. If you want the arms to go, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands, step, breathe. Take a breath here and inhale. If you can get your head, your ears by your arms, great. If not, you're fine to be here. But you're trying to go for the back. So you'll notice I can go straight, okay? But you might be really bent. Really bent is totally fine, okay? Walk back in. Inhale and exhale, standing. Here we go. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, hold. Inhale, exhale. Walk it back in, inhale, exhale, okay? Very simple exercise. I believe I gave this as homework last week. I love giving homework. I don't know why that is. But I would try and find this kind of an activity, something, the inhale and the exhale, that gives you that range of motion, okay? That you're feeling the glutes work and a little stretch on the hamstring. Inhale up. You might be saying, yeah, I get a lot of stretch. That's okay. Come back. Breathe. Hold. That uses your glute muscles, okay? Come back in. So, we know the adage, keep going. What we don't use, we lose. Yeah. Inhale up. Exhale down. Step it back. Breathe. Now, I want you to hold here. So I'll wait for everybody to get there, okay? You can be a little bit closer if you want. You're gonna try to reach your hips back like you're reaching for something behind you. You can bend the knees. Push into both feet. So both feet are spread on the mat, okay, or on the floor if you're on the floor, or if it's just into the floor. You're gonna just come down and back up. Now watch, my knees aren't going forward. I'm reaching my sit bones back and I'm finding this action, okay? You're not bending the knees a ton, okay? If you're doing this, that's gonna injure your knees. So please don't do that. Keep it back, and it's just reach and up. So there's just a little bit. I want you to squeeze your bum as you do that. Okay, so squeeze that bum muscle. That one you can't see from here. Okay, and you're just reaching back and up. It's not really a bend of the knees. Okay, and it's not this. It's just isolating in that rear end. Okay. And then walk back in. Anybody's rear end burning? Yeah, we work those muscles. Go ahead and shake them out. Okay, so really fabulous work. That's the kind of work that when we sit most of the time or when we're down, that's what we lose. And this is the strongest muscle in our body, and it's what helps us go downstairs, come upstairs. And so we need to work that and use that, and we want to make sure we do that, okay? So, you have an option, and this is only if this is a little easier for you, okay? If you try this and you're like, there's no way, then go back to this one that we just did, okay? We spend a ton of time doing just walking back and stretching and coming back forward. You can do the arms up and back down if you want. You don't have to. You're going to notice I'm going to turn this chair around so that the seat touch with my hands. It takes us a little lower, okay? I'm not going to start there. So if you're balance challenged, this might not be something you do, or you do it next to a counter, right, where you can put your hand. You're going to reach the arms up. There's a slight bend in my knees as I come down. I'm reaching back still, but my hands are coming lower. Then I can actually walk my feet a little bit deeper, and I'm reaching and not, you can bend the knees, but I'm going even longer. I'm actually getting a stretch in the armpit and the chest as well. And then you're going to round to come back up and walk in, and then you're going to unround. So we're stacking like one vertebrae, and then the other, and then the other, and then the other, until you're all the way up. Okay, give it a try. Inhale the arms up. The exhale brings here, but you're coming with a bend. And then you're stepping back, and you might step even further, bending the knees the whole time. We don't keep the legs straight here. We're really trying to get just a little deeper in the shoulders. So if that bugs your shoulders, don't go so deep, okay? You have to know your body. Come back in. You're rounded, right? Now you're gonna unround, stack. There goes that vertebrae, there goes that one, there goes that one, there goes that one, there goes that one. The last thing up is the head. We haven't done this before. So if standing, continue to work, but if standing really bothers you, this can totally be done. Oh, you know what, I should have done here. This can be totally done here. It looks like this, okay? You're on the edge of your chair. You go down, you reach here. As you come up, you round, and then you're gonna stack. One vertebrae, then the other, then the other. Now watch, I'm not going here. That's just keeping the round, okay? I want to, one vertebrae, then this next one, and then a next one, and then a next one, and then a next one, and then all the way up my spine. Developing the muscles along the spine, okay? So you're welcome to do that from a chair. I love to do it from a seat. So it looks like this. As you're reaching back first, you lift here as you walk in. You're staying rounded. Some of you might say, well, that's normal. I know. And then you want to unnormalize it, right? By reaching, you're going to have to pull your body up, and then one vertebrae, and then another vertebrae, and then another, and then the shoulders, and then the neck, and then the head. Okay? Awesome job. As we come, I want to make sure and give you some time today for a little bit, about a 5-minute meditation, okay? So, just been thinking about how important it is to just pause, okay? So I will give you just a little bit of time at the end of class to do that, all right? So, as I sit here, I want you to do the same thing with your body. What do you feel hasn't really worked? Okay, I'm going, my neck and my side body. We have hardly done any side stuff. We haven't done very much twisting. So we're going to end our class, well, our movement part of the class with that, okay? So let's start. Normally, and very often, we start with the neck and head. But if you don't always have to do it the same way, what you do have to do, right, is find out, what do I need? I want you to get into the habit of, where do I need to move today, okay? Because even if all you can do is squirrel around on your chair and find some movement, if that's where you're at, this will benefit the body. Just letting it pay attention, honoring where it's at, and moving to what it's telling you to do. And I try to do enough different things in class that it's like, oh yeah, I know how to do that. Yeah, okay. So, there we go. Ear to shoulder, okay? Remember. I am not cranking, pressuring down, okay? As that goes down, I'm almost feeling as if something's right here on my head and I'm reaching. And if you need to bring a hand up to practice that, do so. So now my head's pushing that way into the hand's not letting it move. That's the safe neck stretch. This is just, it makes you sometimes go deeper, but unless you're pushing back up into that hand as well, then you are just cranking on those vertebrae up in your neck. And there's nothing to support them. I don't have any other structure up here besides my neck bones, right? Okay, other side. So you totally can do it from here. You can feel and you can bring a hand as if you are pushing and you're pushing the head back into the hand. You'll feel the work in the shoulder. You are welcome if you can do this to here, but you're not pulling that way. You're pushing into the hand so that there's that give and take. I love to take this arm out to the side because it's, you can feel it down the shoulder and you can actually do some little pumps here. Let's do the other side again. So I'm pushing back into the hand. I can't talk about that enough, the importance of that resistance, not just going deep and then pump. One of the best things for the deltoid muscle, right across the top of the shoulder, because you're stretching the neck and the deltoid works. Yeah, it works a forward range of motion. Okay, this time I want you to turn that chin slightly so it's about a 45-degree angle. It's halfway between front and to the side. And then I want you to take the chin down. Hold this opposite shoulder down. Breathe. And then go ahead and lift the chin up. Stretch it. Stretch the neck. And then down. Stretch the kind of the side of the neck. Reach the chin up. And come back to center. Go to this way. Notice we don't do a ton of these. We don't need a ton of them. Chin down. Feel the stretch here. Hold the shoulder down. And then reach the chin up. Stretch. Pull it down. Reach it up. Pull it down. Reach it up. And release. And just pause. Yeah. I just love this body, right? I love how it can move. I hope you love yours. It is your gift. Your body, just the way it is. Okay? Let's do a few side twists and then we'll come to our meditation. Go ahead and come here. Hold. Now remember, if you're holding the chair, the shoulder wants to roll forward. You're going to pull it up and back. And then come here, up and back. And then, or you can just do this. A little bit of side to side. Remember one of those little toys that had the drum on it? Yeah. Sit up straight. Pull your belly in. Tighten the waistline. And then just swing. This you can do standing, okay? Anybody ever work at the kitchen counter? Right here, just totally. Okay? Notice I'm not too worried about where everything is. I'm not going too deep. Just close your eyes. Maybe eyes closed is difficult. If you want, you can put the counter right up against your hips. And just let your hands, they might drape across the counter. You're just finding movement, range of motion, right? That's one of the most important things. Okay, go ahead and stop. You can stay standing if you did stand. You can come up and over with a stretch. Oh yeah. You can put a hand on a hip. Oh yeah. If you're in the chair. Oh yeah. And up and over. And over, and over, and over, and and over, and over, and over. And then let's just do a round forward, and around forward. Finding that spine. Loving on that spine, moving, and come all the way up, beautifully. Now, if that bothers your low back, it means you're not using your legs. So one of the things that helps us remember to use our legs and to use them is to bring a block. You can bring it here. My favorite way is here. I have a little wider hip, and so I like that, okay? Notice again, take the twist. When you squeeze that block, you're like, oh, but my back feels different. So if you find that the twists start to bug your back, use your thighs to help you twist. That's yoga. Go ahead and find the seat. We have to be right out of here by 9. Okay. So as we practice, beautiful work. Okay, I'd like you to keep your block and your blanket if you need to. We're going to do Shavasana in our chair today. I had a dear friend say, I just can't get down. That's just too hard for me. Totally fine. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of movement and then we'll bring the blanket on top. So when you bring this block and put it into your belly, now you might have a belly. It's okay. Okay, but you're bringing it here. We all have a belly. You're like, yeah, but mine pokes out more. So what? Okay, so you're going to come and you're going to lay your chest, your belly on that block. You'll start to feel a stretch. What we're doing is we're going to open the vertebrae a little bit more on the back side. Hands can stay here. If you can tuck the chin. You just can't hear me when I tuck. So I'm going to show you from the side, but go ahead and tuck. If you want the hands to just hang, that gives a little bit of extra weight going down. You'll feel that stretch. Breathe. Let the chin tuck. I'll go sideways so that you can see this. Okay. You want to be on the edge of the chair, pulling that block in. You want to go deeper, you can pull it up here so that it's this way. I wouldn't do this. This is going to give you no curl. Pull up and over. Finding the round. This gets down into this low back round. Okay? Pull. Let the weight tug you forward. Okay? Wherever you want that block to be, let the weight tuck your chin, let it hang. Take some breaths, and you'll notice as you breathe, you can't breathe into the rib cage, but you can breathe into the back body. 60% of our capacity for breathing is in our back body, and we don't use it. Okay? So pulling over, finding that hang. If you don't like your hands hanging, they can be on your lap. Tuck your chin, breathe. Find some deep, deep breaths, okay? There's an inhale that expands the ribs, and exhale. And an inhale that expands the ribs, and exhale. And an inhale that expands, and an exhale. Notice we're staying here a little longer. If you find you need to come out, maybe you get a little lightheaded, okay? Maybe there's some pressure. If there's any pressure, you come right out. That's a rule. Come back in and round. Tuck the chin, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And then come all the way up. Beautifully done. As we close for today, okay, bring this, you can leave the block here if the block is not your favorite, okay? You can just leave, we're pulling the blanket in so that it's in against the chest and on the lap. Let's do it here. The same exact thing, okay? And this time, if you want, you totally can bring this block and bring your forehead to it. If you want it up a little higher, just hold on to it. It's just there to support your forehead. If you'd rather use pillows or a bolster, totally doable. Try to let your body just hang, just relax, let everything go. If something doesn't feel well, like your neck feels strained, then find a way to unstrain it. If you're like, yeah, this isn't working for me and I want to get on my back, totally fine, okay? Shavasana is a place, you know it means dead corpse pose, okay? It is a place of just letting everything go, letting gravity support you. And as you slowly let things go in this pose, I'd like you to think. Notice your nostrils. Are they clear? Mine are way clear. From all the breathing we've done, notice your body. And don't notice it and go, oh, this hurts, that hurts, although that's important to understand. But really kind of find a place of where you are just amazed and in wonderment about the gift this body is to you. I feel like that's one of the most important things I share. This body was given to me to live this life. I was given different things genetically through my parents. I've created some things with what I've done in my life. But this is all about me. All about this body. All about this gift. Continue to breathe, continue to stay in your Shavasana as long as you like to. I will end here. Namaste.